right, let's see where the edge of the screen is. Let's draw this in real quick, because I will be doing some drawing today. You could call it art. Let's see what we got here. From here to here to here. Oh, well, to here. Had to frame in the screen a bit. Okay, so that's what you're looking at. Okay. Now that I've got a pretty good idea where it is, I'll draw it again here. Okay. That should frame the outside. I've already got a like. Don't like this video. I ain't even done anything yet. How you gonna like something? I appreciate the like. I just got here, people. I ain't even done nothing yet. Appreciate the like. Much appreciated. Yeah, so somebody already knew what I was up to. That's what it was. I think the government's going, go boy, go boy. Let's see here. Come on, man. Yeah. Sorry. So check this out. Check this out, people. I'm going to wake you up, because here's the thing. It's okay. Basically, the news for a very long time has been around a mind control. They call it programming for a reason, people. Okay, your regularly scheduled programming. Every day you should have programming. This is why all of the singers who are well known for being well known, and they're whatever, are on YouTube during this pandemic, because you can't go and see them and pay to be at their concerts, and they have to stay relevant. They have to keep your mind controlled. I mean, on them. You know what I'm saying? So, all right. So here's what we got. So basically, you have been, while you're working, and then you get home, and then you watch somebody between your feet every night. It could be Tucker Carlson. It used to be Johnny Carson. Okay, it could be anybody. You're watching television. You're laid back. You're not even really sleeping good because you're watching the TV. Turn the TVs off, people. Your programming's over. So for real, get good sleep. But this is the programming they expect you to get used to every night. Is you turn on the boob tube, and then you get nothing. But they give it to you every night. You get a whole lot of nothing. Okay, you've worked hard. You think if you turn something on that's the link to the news, and that they give you news. Well, the way Mark Twain put it was, if you don't read the newspaper, you are uninformed. But if you read the newspaper, you are misinformed. And that is so true with news. So, while everybody is talking about the McAfee guy, I'm not even gonna bother with that. Just so you know, that was, if he was against our country or for whatever, they do what they do. It's all that spy versus spy stuff. Let them do what they do. This is different. This was put on me to figure out the answer to. And I have a little of the answer. You'll get the answer in 6 months from the television that you turn on. I'm giving you the answer now. They give it to you in dribbles and drabbles, so everybody doesn't come up in revolt and have a big old thing. Well, that's how they do things. So, they put on their news reports the first day, a building has collapsed, and they got the call at 1:45 a.m. So it happened around 1 in the morning. At least by 2, everybody was crawling all over the scene. So at 1 in the morning, okay, whoever lived in that building was in the building. That's the first thing. Okay. Second thing is, buildings from 1980 do not just fall. Okay. They built the Sears Tower back in what I actually wrote down the year of this one. This Sears Tower was built in 1970. Now you might say, okay, well, this was New York you're talking about. We're talking about sand. We're talking about Miami. Okay. Okay. The Freedom Tower in Miami, Florida was built in 1912 and it has not fallen yet. Okay, so the news puts out, oh, maybe we're gonna have to check out all buildings made in 1980 and see if they're all dangerous. They want to promote the fear that correlates with their lie. It's a lie. It's a story, but if you're lying about it, it's a lie. So I'm gonna draw you a picture of what I can. My low budget self right here. Okay, so basically the view showed a pool, not to scale. None of this is to scale. Then over here is a parking structure partially underneath, and then the building comes up, goes over. Then there's this kind of a jet in, I'll call it, and then something like this. Am I still in screen? Let's see over here. Yeah, I'm still in screen enough. Okay, so check it out. It goes over to there. Now we're gonna call this here the center section. We're gonna call this here the edge of, all right, this is the center section right here. This right here is still standing. This fell first, this fell second. So we're going to call this number 1 and number 2. Now, if I could, just to give a little bit of structure to this, okay, we got to have some lines here. Okay, try to make it as 3D as the old man can make it. And check this out. All right, it's going to turn into a Bob Ross event real fast, right? Put a little building over here. Gonna put a little explosion on the roof over here. Yeah, so this is what I'm told. This is my intel. This is what I get. People I have a gift is what it is. People that have been watching my channel, they understand what I'm saying. So what the news has told you is this part and this part of this building fell down. Okay. Oh, that's a little bit too low, isn't it? Go up a little bit higher so you can see where I was talking about. There we go. Okay. This is 1 and this is 2. So the news is telling you, here, let's just zoom out a bit. Why not, right? Just a bit. Okay. The news is telling you that 1 and 2, because they were built in 1980, remember that, people. Basically, these things fell on their own. And oh, they were just going through an inspection on the building and it was supposed to, they had already completed all that. It's my understanding that they had just about passed, oh, there goes the battery, just about passed or passed all of their inspections for this. But let's just go further here. Because really none of this matters. I'm just trying to draw you a picture just so you understand where I'm getting at. Okay, now there was nothing other than they did say that the building had moved a bit because of some sinking. It was one of many that had moved a bit. I mean, geologically speaking, everything on the planet's moved. And this is not, we're not talking about the Leaning Tower of Pisa, and this would have fallen also. This would have brought this down if it hadn't been an issue. Now, of what actually happened. I'm gonna take the frame off now because I can see where I'm drawing. So you don't think that's part of the structure. Now, so it's very simple. It's not complicated. And this is what I get. This is my answer that I've been given. The proof is in the roof. This right here, first off, if you took a circle and drew it right here and you made this a cylinder, and we're talking it's on the top couple of floors even. So in all of Miami, the odds are 1,000,000 to 1 that a person of high value, if you call it that, would be in this area of this building that just happened to fall in Miami, Florida, right there on the beach. They had a nice view of the beach. Okay, so that would put the pool more up here, but either way, you get my point, people. So the news says, oh, we have a list of all of the people that visit this building. Okay, all the people that go in through here, anybody that comes in, we have a list of them. But they don't have a list of the tenants. So they don't know who pays for the building or owns the rooms in the building. These are all condos. You own them. Okay. And the lawyers are ready, quite ready, to say right now, if anybody says anything that this is a bad structure and it just fell on its own, we got proof that it was this, this, and this, and you know, they're covering themselves already. So this is a problem. So problem number one is, you see up here, problem number one, and they're doing their job and it's good, is the lawyers. Okay. Problem number two is the odds. Now, you don't know about this person yet, and you're not going to know for 6 months, but I know. Now you know. You know what I'm saying? So, person of interest here, the odds of a person of interest being, if you took a circle of what was on the roof, and they want to say too, oh, well, there was some equipment on the roof. It's not like to put heavy equipment on the roof, like they put a big crane or something and it crushed it in. No, there was no crane, and they put framework on those. These roofs are likely tar and gravel anyhow, but no. It's the location of it all. So this right here, this area, is top floors I'm talking, not even the bottom. Within a circle of this event, the top floors, maybe even the very top floor, was a VIP. Okay. And so lawyers and the odds of a VIP being here, and then 3. Okay. Why didn't this part fall? If this building is so structurally intact, this part dragging down on it, no. So here's what I'm told. The proof is in the roof. They could find it maybe down here where it's all on the ground floor now, or they could find the remnants of this circle right here of this roof. Okay. 3 is not the proof that's in the roof. 3, the proof in 3 is the audio, the missing magical audio. A person on the scene said that it sounded like lightning, not thunder. Thunder is when you're far off and you hear a roar, right? Lightning, when it hits something and you're close, it is spine shattering. It's like that, and that kind of sounds like a detonation. Now, they did have flashes of light in here in this area, okay, and then later when this came down, a couple of lights here did what they do, but the ones here, there was even some seemed to be up in here. I'm telling you, people, this right here is part of my sensing and my knowing. You can say what you want. Within this circle was a VIP. The audio is missing because it has that audio of it. And they say, oh, but we don't need the, even on the news report, oh, but we don't need the audio because there's no reason for it. Or whatever they sloughed it off, or whatever kind of garbage they said. We don't need the audio, right? Don't need the audio. It's not important. Now, I don't know what kind of, I'm getting the name and it keeps coming over and over, and I didn't want to bring it up, but I'm getting Pablo Escobar kind of an event or something of, this is what I'm getting. And I didn't even know anything about that story. I was given that name. Has a relation to the VIP than the whole situation. So, people, Miami's not falling. The buildings made in 1980 are structurally sound. This was an event. Okay? They built the Freedom Tower in Miami in 1912. They built the Sears Tower. It just, turned 51. They built it in 1980. There's nothing wrong with the buildings around you. What's wrong is that someone was in the wrong place at the wrong time. This is what I'm told, and you won't know about this for 6 months, and then they'll put it out. Oh, you know what just happened? You know who just happened to live there? Just happened. Listen, you can get a list of all of the people that walked in and out, all the visitors, but you can't get a list of the property owners, the people that live there. That's on tax records. Give me a break. So, wake up, people. Miami's not falling. Anybody wants to say anything, you can say what you want. I won't get any type of gratification or what do you call it? What is not gratification? What is the word? What is the word? I won't be, see, I search for words sometimes. I won't be validated for at least 6 months. They're not going to tell you this. Okay? But here's what I believe is going to happen. I believe there was an audio. I believe it'll be found instead of hidden. It won't be blacked out. It'll come to light. See, I lighten up the number. And then when you hear about this, and the lawyers are not going to let anybody talk bad about this building and get away with it. Not me. I mean, they don't care about me. I'm talking about they're not going to allow the news to go out there and say it and say, oh, well, this was this kind of a building, because then they'll sue them and they'll say, no, because then they're liable. They're the lawyers for the owners of the building. The owners of the building would be liable if there was any problem. They showed receipts. They're like, nope, it's been serviced. It's this. The only thing was one guy had a leaking window and he had a complaint. But of course, you know how people are. They buy a new car. They expect it to stay new forever. They're making payments on it. It's breaking apart. They want to say that there's a problem. They want to file a complaint. That's the kind of complaint it was. So people, this building that now looks more like this did not get that way on accident. They found one person dead for sure, and they found, which I wonder if that's the one that could confirm if that's the one that was right here. You know, I don't know, but they have 99 people they think are missing, and I think that there could have been 160, and they believe that it was highly occupied at the time. But the way it fell from top to bottom, the bottom did not collapse, and it pancaked in on itself like a demolition. And the sound, the audio would have sounded like this, and the guy said it sounded like lightning. Not like thunder. I appreciate the other like. Not like thunder, not like... So, if you're in a building that's made in 1980 was a good year for buildings. You're safe, you're fine. Okay? I don't care if they say that they put a crane on top of the building, or a track hoe, or the heaviest bulldozer on the top of that building. They're not going to make you believe. And here's the thing too, the roof is actually weaker at nighttime, I mean in the daytime, than it is at nighttime. It was 1 in the morning. The roof was cooler and it solidifies. If you've ever dropped an 18-wheeler trailer, you've dropped it on asphalt and it sunk in. It happened on a hot day, not a cold day. On a cold day, it's stronger. The heat melts asphalt. Those are asphalt, tar, and gravel roofs. It's a flat roof. It's not shingles. It's different. Okay. So, it would have been more likely that the place would have fell in the daytime than at night, number one. You know, there's a lot of numbers to this. That would be number 4. Now, I did see where they said they had recently did, and Fallout talked about this. You can go to Fallout Shelter. He talked about they did a Navy test. Okay, I watched the video. What's up, Fallout? But they did a Navy test offshore. That would affect a lot of buildings. That would affect a lot of things. That would have actually affected this part also. And it would have come from the bottom. from the bottom, people. If there's a problem with the structure, this would have broke and this would have cantilevered that way. Or this would have broke and the whole building would have fell that way. This is why they pay demolition crews high dollar to make a building fall in its own footprint. Anytime you see a building fall in its own footprint, that is a red flag. That's the biggest red flag that you could ever see. Buildings don't fall in their own footprint. They're not designed to fall at all. They're designed that if they fall over, that there still be structurally sound. Just like if a load on a flatbed is strapped to the load, to the trailer, that even if it fell sideways, it would be somewhat strong enough that if it fell over, it'd still be a box form. That's how they build these buildings. So you would have to take out all of the pillars or cause an event up here that would take out, the weight would take out and overload the pillars, because it can hold up one floor, but it can't hold up 3. So you'd have to be at least 3 floors above, and you were seeing right about here and here. Yeah. So I don't know about the light flashes. I do know that the audio is number 1 when they're saying, oh, it's not important. And I do know that buildings don't fall in their footprint unless they're actually charged to. But this was from the roof. I'm told this is from the roof. Believe what you want to believe. People, you can beat me up and you know, make comments all about this if you want to. That's all I'm going to put up about it. I meant to do this a couple of days ago, but I was like, well, I got to deliver this load. I had another load delivered, and it had to deliver pretty quick, and so had to get where I was going, and work comes first. But physics don't change. So God bless you, people. I'm fixing to get off this thing. I'll check any comments here and any that I missed here. Just that, yeah. So there you go. Anybody wants to say anything, I'll give you a couple minutes to say something, and then I'm going to get off this thing. I have a drink of water if I can find another one. I've got to go get coffee. I ain't even had my coffee yet. I can do this with no effort. But it is something that was put on me, and I'll do another live on this, because I'll do there will be a lot more to this coming, but it's going to be probably about 6 months before they let out who was actually in the building. And right now they're saying, oh, we know exactly who all the guests were, but we don't have a clue who pays us the rent payment each month. I mean, who lives there, right? Or who bought the, listen, that's property. If you own a condo, they've got the property on you. They got the proof of it. So they knew better who lived there than the people who actually walked in there and were on a list of people that were visiting. Trust me, they know exactly who's in that building. And it'll be a coincidence over here. It'll be a coincidence that in that circle, somebody who was somebody who was somebody was just below where that was on the roof. It has everything to do with all that. All right, I'm gonna get off here. Y'all have a good day. There's not much else to it that I can show you here. I'll try to find a way to get the video and do some more high-tech stuff than just drawing, but you get my point, people. It's time to wake up. If you listen to the news, you're misinformed. God bless you. I'm out. Peace.